Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thomas Forrester and Paris Buckingham could return home with Douglas Forrester and an unanticipated guest. During their recent visit to partake their engagement advertisement, conversations about having children in the future sparked some interesting exchanges. Thomas Forrester and Paris Buckingham want a family. It's apparent that Paris and Thomas are keen on expanding their family and giving Douglas a stock. Douglas has been feeling the absence of Hope Logan's and Steffi Forrester's children. Maybe Thomas and Paris are ready to embark on this trip sooner than anticipated, and there could formally be a little bone on the way. While they probably intended to get wedded first, cleaner pieces timelines frequently do align impeccably, and surprises can be at the most unanticipated moments. Given how snappily Thomas proposed to Paris, it's possible she was formerly awaiting during her last visit and simply chose not to partake the news. Anyhow, the situation, it would be a huge shock for Hope if Paris came back with a baby bump. She's still trying to come to terms with Thomas moving on. Hope is making in trouble to move forward from Thomas, putatively looking to rebound with John Finnegan, but that could fluently push her over the edge. Finn, who she has been leaning on quite a bit, gave her a reality check after she kissed him at the big bash at the Forrester manse. When their marriage day arrives, Thomas might show up with a pregnant bridegroom, and Hope might find it insolvable to handle. She could go fully off the rails. It's easy to fantasize Paris and Thomas deciding to solidify their relationship before the baby arrives, no matter how it affects anyone differently. Could danger be ahead of Paris Buckingham if Hope Logan goes off the rails? One would suppose that Hope still loved Douglas enough not to do commodity untoward to someone he formerly thinks of as his cherished mammy, or his unborn stock. Yet, if Hope really goes off the rails, conceivably drunk like she was at the party where she came on to Finn, anything's possible. One thing that comes to mind is that big staircase at the Forrester manse that would be really easy for a pregnant woman to tumble down and misfire or worse. Still, she's got one over on indeed her mama-in-law Sheila Carter at her worst. Maybe she needs to talk to Taylor Hayes professionally, now that she's back in city. If Hope is that satanic. The part was last played by Krista Allen, and has now been taken over by Rebecca Budig. Will Thomas Forrester come home to reunite with his mama? A mother and son reunion in the workshop? Taylor Hayes has missed a lot in Thomas Forrester and Steffi Forrester's lives since she skipped city, and she'll have a ton of catching up to do. Plus, Thomas has some big news he presumably wants to partake with his mama. Thomas Forrester lately dropped a lemon on his family and revealed that he and Hope Logan were over and he was going to marry Paris Buckingham. The Bold and the Beautiful observers know that Paris and Thomas visited Los Angeles for many days so that the Forresters could throw them an engagement party. But, sorely his mama wasn't there for the momentous occasion. Now that Taylor has returned, it makes sense that Thomas might come back to Los Angeles to introduce his fiancée and mama. Will Taylor Hayes meet Thomas Forrester fiancé? With all of the drama going on at Forrester Creations between the Logan women and Steffi Forrester, there's a good chance Thomas could get dragged back into the pack. His mama might indeed encourage him to come back to work at Forrester Creations and advance his family a hand guarding their family heritage from Brooke and Hope. Do you suppose that Thomas Forrester will return to Bold and the Beautiful coming, now that his mama is back in city? How will Hope Logan reply to seeing her partner this time around? The return of Taylor Hayes to Los Angeles is set to enkindle a whirlwind of drama. Lately, Sheila Carter has set up herself bogged in the chaotic situations at Il Giardino, but a dramatic battle with Taylor is on the horizon, promising to be anything but peaceful. Taylor Hayes will no way believe Sheila Carter's changed. Taylor will no way come to terms with Sheila's history actions, and she can't authentically accept that Sheila has converted for the better, indeed though she formerly saved Taylor's life. There was a moment when Taylor was open to giving Sheila another shot, giving her a chance to prove that she'd changed, but that time has easily passed by now. Important like Steffi Forrester, Taylor will really stand intensively opposed to the notion of Sheila being part of her son's life. Steffi is unwavering in her commitment to keep Sheila at a distance, and Taylor should wholeheartedly support her station, knowing what Sheila is able of. Nonetheless, this determination wouldn't discourage Sheila from trying to reach out and convert Taylor that she has evolved into a different person this time around. Sheila Carter really will tell Taylor Hayes about her near-death experience. Sheila could portray her near-death experience in that storehouse as a significant turning point in her life. As long as John Finnegan is committed to Steffi, he's likely to align with her preferences regarding Sheila. While Finn sometimes lets Sheila in just a little, he realizes that to maintain his relationship with Steffi, he must keep his natural mama at bay. This means that for Sheila to have a shot at being involved in Finn and Hayes Forrester Finnegan's lives, she needs to move Steffi to allow her in. So far, Sheila hasn't succeeded in doing this alone, but she might be hoping to sway Taylor to help change Steffi's mind. After all, they were formerly friendly. Sheila Carter can only try. Although it's a gamble, while that plan might not succeed, Sheila should be open to any approach that could help her make a genuine bond with Finn and Hayes. It's easy to picture her prayer with Taylor for backing in reaching Steffi, but Taylor might respond with an establishment rejection. As a result, Sheila could consider the option of breaking up Finn and Steffi, making Hope Logan an implicit crucial supporter in that strategy. Meanwhile, our prognostications suggest that Sheila and Taylor will come together for some tense moments, particularly from Taylor's perspective. Sheila's attempts to win Taylor's favor are likely to boomerang, so stay tuned for updates as their coming meeting approaches. Taylor's return could play a much bigger part in Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan's ongoing feud than anyone realizes. Then's what's coming up next on Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers ahead. For those of you who don't recall, Taylor isn't just Ridge Forrester's ex-wife. She's also a croaker. And a world-famed psychiatrist. It wouldn't take her long to realize there's commodity serious going on with Hope Logan, and she needs help. Taylor Hayes' psychiatric compliances. Taylor Hayes may not be Hope's bestie, but she has seen her grow up over the times and knows how she regularly behaves. Once Taylor starts to see how out of character Ridge's stepson is carrying, she'll presumably take notice. John Finnegan knows there's commodity going on with Hope Logan, but he's really only trained to handle her physical affections. With Finn and his mama-in-law Taylor's heads combined, it wouldn't be long before they come to opinion. But, will anyone hear to them? Brooke Logan doesn't want to hear it. The Bold and the Beautiful has proved Taylor and Steffi's war against Brooke and Hope for decades now. After the way Taylor left effects with her fake friend Brooke Logan, it's safe to say that there's some bad blood between the over Ridge Forrester. Brooke will refuse to hear to anything Taylor has to say about Hope's internal health. In fact, she could indeed charge the good croaker of gaslighting her son and trying to move her. There's commodity wrong with her when there isn't. Sorely, Steffi Forrester will be excited by the idea of her mama giving her nemesis Hope a grim opinion. Do you suppose Taylor will be the one to eventually sound the alarm bells over Hope Logan? Will anyone hear to her, or just assume she's trying to bring the Logan women down?